Temurah Daf Ches, as we learned yesterday, Reb Nachman says if we have two conditions, we're in the time of the Beis Hamikdash and we have a bechar that's a tam, that's healthy, then the kohen has no schus on that animal. It's not the kohen's. And today's sugya is going to discuss different sugyas in Shas that might be a question on Reb Nachman. At the end of the day, we agree with Reb Nachman. The Gemara asks, it says in the Brisa that you could sell a bechar. And the Brisa brings a pasuk lo sifta, and it says ala mizbeach. It seems like it's the time of the Beis Hamikdash, and it would also seem like it's a tam, it's a healthy bechar. Says the Gemara, no. There's two parts of the pasuk. The one part says that you bring a bechar on the mizbeach is talking about a bechar that's a tam, but the part that says that you could sell the bechar is talking about a bechar that's not a tam, that has a blemish. There's a case where a kohen mixed her baby with the baby of a slave. And now you have two children. We don't know which one is the kohen and which one is the eved. The halacha is when they grow up, they must release each other. And until that point, when they want to go eat truma from the Beis Hagarein, they go together, hand in hand, and they say, give us truma. They can't go by themselves, because then it will be a chashash that we give them truma, we might marry them off to a kohen. And this kid might be an eved. The halacha is, though, that if they have a bechar, then they let the bechar graze until it has a mum. And l'chayra, you see that they own it. But we have to say pshat here, that the reason why they graze is because it's hamitz mechaver levraya. Any kohen that comes to them and demands the bechar, they can say, no, I'm a kohen, it's my bechar. And therefore it remains by them, yira ad sheyistoif. There's halacha about yira nidachas. There's a whole city that they do avodah zarah. You must kill all the people. You kill all the animals. But the Torah says behemta. And the Gemara says it comes to exclude an animal that's a bechar and meiser behema. And obviously, irani dachas is in the time of the Beis Hamikdash, because that's when in order to have irani dachas, you have to have Sanhedrin, time of the Mikdash. And also, we're talking about a tam, l'chayra. So the Gemara says, no, we're not talking about a tam, we're talking about a balmum. And the reason why we don't kill a bechar that's a balmum is because the bechar is different. Even though it has a mum, you can't sell it belitra, you can't sell it by weight, you have to treat it with respect, and you can't sell it in the marketplace. So therefore, that animal is excluded from being killed with the rest of the animals of irani dachas. Other halachas in irani dachas, once we're talking about irani dachas, it says all the money goes, but if it's money of meiser sheni, which has a gedusha, according to the mandama that says that it's considered mam and gavaya, it doesn't go to waste. The halacha is, if somebody steals something or he has a pikadain, and he swears that he doesn't have it, and later on he admits that it's by him, he stole it, the halacha is he has to pay the principal plus a chaymesh, plus he brings a karban. It says v'kichesh ba'amisoy. It has to be something that he denied that was his friend, and not something from that's kodesh kadoshim from the Beis Hamikdash. However, if it's kachim kalim, he denies that he has kachim kalim by him, then he does have to make a shua. The Gemara says, what's kachim kalim? Machlokes. Either it's all the kachim kalim, meaning meiser, bechar, and shlamim. According to Ben Azai, it's a not meiser, it's only shlamim and bechar. And according to another shita in Ben Azai, it's only bechar. But you see that a bechar, it's his. Why else would the person have to give him a chaymesh? Because the person owns it. You see, you take possession of a bechar even in the time of Beis Hamikdash. So the Gemara says, no, we're talking about a bechar that came from Chutz La'aretz. Bechar that came from Chutz La'aretz is in fact the owner's, but if he brings it to Eretz Yisrael, then according to one mandomer, he has to be makriv it, according to Rabbi Shimon. There's an halacha, and once we're saying that this teretz that there's a bechar from Chutz La'aretz, so in our Mishnah as well, the machlokes of Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri and Rabbi Akiva, we're going to say in our Mishnah whether you could do Temurah on a bechar is also talking about a bechar that came from Chutz La'aretz. A bechar in a Yisrael's house, according to everybody, the Yisrael can create Temurah. Once the Yisrael gives it over to the kohen, according to everybody, the Yisrael can't do Temurah anymore. The machlokes is if the kohen himself can do Temurah. And we're talking about a bechar that came from Chutz La'aretz. Because if it's a Bechar in Eretz Yisrael, then obviously, according to everybody, the Kohen cannot do Temurah. It's not his to do Temurah, like Rav Nachman. A Bechar that's healthy in our days, the Kohen could sell it to another Kohen, but he cannot sell that Bechar to Yisrael. Why? Not the Pshat, because we're concerned that the Yisrael might create a blemish in the animal and then eat it, because that Yisrael would have to bring it to a Rav together with that Kohen that sold it to him, and that's not going to happen. The concern is that it looks like a Kohen HaMisayeh Bebeis HaGronis. The halacha is that a Kohen cannot help out the Yisrael, because people are going to say the reason why he did that is because he wants in return the Trumas HaMaasros. So here also, the Kohen can't sell to Yisrael a Bechar, because people will say the reason why he did it is because he sold the Yisrael the Bechar at a discount. He wants in return that the Yisrael should always give him the Bechares. But Be'er Rav Ashi, they held that as long as the Yisrael pays for it, then nobody has a taina, because it was paid for. There's another lashon in the Gemara that a kohen will not give the Yisrael something at a discount, because there's a famous saying, Butzina tov mikara. A small gourd is better than a large gourd later. Meaning, if somebody offers you a small fruit today, or that same fruit, but in a month from now when it gets bigger, you're going to take the one right now. As they say in English, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Have a wonderful day.